Hi children, today we are discussing class 3, chapter 10, geometrical shapes, page number 96. Do this for write yes if the broken line is an axis of symmetry or no if not. First of all, what is the meaning of the axis of symmetry? This line is axis of symmetry or not? When we can say this line is axis of symmetry, if this line is dividing it into two identical parts means then only we can say this line is the axis of symmetry. Okay, this line is dividing into two identical parts, that's why we can say this is the axis of symmetry. Okay, this is this line also dividing into axis of symmetry, dividing into two identical parts, that's why we can say this line is the axis of symmetry. Okay, these two are the not identical parts. Are you observing here? This is the smaller one, this is the bigger one. That's why this line is not axis of symmetry. That's why I have written here no. This is S only. Okay, and this is also S only. Okay, next one. This line is dividing into two identical parts. That's why we say this is the axis of symmetry only. That's why it is yes. This line also dividing into two identical parts. No, if we are folding along with this line, these will not come one upon another one. That's why we say this is not a axis of symmetry. Okay, you can fold and you can see also. Okay, and this is axis of symmetry only. That's why if you fold along with this line, this one will become one upon another will become. That's why we can say this is the axis of symmetry, and this is also axis of symmetry. Okay, this is not axis of symmetry. Why? Because we say this line is not dividing into two identical parts. Okay, next one. This line is also not axis of symmetry. That's why because this line is not dividing into two identical parts. Observe this one, and this is a axis of symmetry only. Why? Because this line is dividing into two identical parts. That's why we have written here S. Okay, this is not a axis of symmetry. Why? Because if you are folding along with this line, these two are not the identical parts and two are not. Okay, that's why we say no. This is also no. Why? Because these two are not identical parts. These two should be in identical parts, then only we say. See, these two are the identical parts, no same. If you fold along with this line, this one will become same, right? This is not a identical parts. So we say this is not a axis of symmetry. Okay children.